ladies and gentlemen. Thank you very much for the opportunity to talk to you, and congratulations to whoever chose this place for this year's AGM. And I'm going to talk to you about a proposal that we have for the South African market, an affordable and profitable technological leap beyond clamp operation in South Africa. But first of all, and since we have an extra 5 minutes for our presentation, I will add a short introduction to our company for those who are not yet familiar with it. Here to the AGM, we came my colleague Santi Amposta, and myself. Santi is with BERALMAR since the year 92, and I'm with BERALMAR since 14 years ago. Our company is based in the city of Terrassa, near Barcelona. And we recently celebrated 50 years of history. We started as a very humble company manufacturing the first ever heavy oil burners in Spain to be sold only in the Spanish market. And after the last 5 decades of adding more products and projects to our offer, we have become a complete supplier of the clay brick industry. Still, we are a medium-sized supplier of about 70 employees, but we have a customer base in more than 50 countries. A few snapshots of our facilities, which I hope that you can visit eventually. Our workshop. We design and manufacture everything. All that you will see here is our own technology. The company is owned and managed by these two gentlemen, who are the sole shareholders, and they have a full-time and exclusive dedication to the company. And our offer is divided between manufacturing and supply of equipment and engineering projects. So we're specialized in firing, drying and handling equipment, and in the design and construction of tunnel kilns, dryers and complete plants. In the field of equipment, we have a full range of combustion solutions for all kinds of fuels. For natural gas, for Hoffman kilns, for tunnel kilns, heavy oil burners, for all kinds of kilns, solid fuel burners, for Hoffman kilns, for tunnel kilns, with different solutions for solid fuel, for solid fuels in tunnel kilns. Also, dual systems for firing biomass and coal or petcoke. Also, we supply all kinds of ventilation solutions for all types of dryers, and we also supply all kinds of combustion solutions for dryers, for all kinds of fuels, for natural gas, for heat exchangers, for heavy oil, for biomass, for coal. Direct combustion solutions also for heavy oil, for coal, for biomass. We also design automatic control systems for the firing and drying processes, and all kinds of handling solutions, cutters, loading and unloading of dryers, setting and dehydrating systems for tunnel kilns, all kinds of solutions, packaging. Then, like I said, we supply all kinds of engineering solutions for dryers, kilns and complete plants. We have experience in designing and implementing all types of dryers, including quick dryers of horizontal flow, of vertical flow, semi-continuous dryers with trays, semi-continuous dryers with platforms, direct setting dryers, chamber dryers. And of course, this is our latest design of a tunnel kiln, which is a hermetic high-pressure kiln, and of course complete plants. So basically, the remarkable facts of our offer is that BERALMAR supplies combustion equipment for all types of fuels and for both firing and drying. And also that we have experience with all types of dryers, which allows us to propose the right type of dryer in every case, in every project, depending on the formats, depending on the cost of the energy, depending on the space available. We don't have any constraints in that regards. We have, well, like I said, a big customer base in several countries. And well, this is the topic of my presentation, an affordable and profitable technology lead beyond clamp operation. So why leaving clamps behind? I'm not going to introduce clamps to you, you know them much better than me, but well, just in short, to put it in perspective, clamps, they don't have any production constraints. They can produce high productions up to even 3,000 tons a day, so this is a good thing. Clamps also can consume low-cost fuels, which is also interesting. Let's see, this is a very good thing as well. Not so good is the high specific consumption that clamps provide. I heard even earlier in the previous presentations, I heard even higher figures than this. Clamps are labor intensive. I mean, they employ armies of people, which I imagine is very difficult to manage. And clamps have a limitation towards the type of product that can be produced. So let's say with clamps you can produce commodities, which drives you to suffer strong market discipline and low prices. So what could be an alternative to a clamp operation? We propose a solution that can dramatically decrease labor costs, that can decrease energy consumption at least by half, while keeping or improving the product quality, and of course increasing the product range that you can manufacture, that you can produce, and while keeping the consumption of mineral coal with an affordable investment with a quick payback. So the type of solution that we propose is a plant, an automatic plant based on a direct setting dryer, which has certain tradition in South Africa, and running exclusively on mineral coal. This plant would be characterized by having low labor cost, so at least maximum 60 people in a semi-automatized line. We can decrease, like I said, the energy consumption down to 50%. We can improve the product quality and diminish wastage, and using coal. So BERALMAR has had very good experience in recent years with direct setting plants. These are the latest projects that we have supplied with these technologies in different countries, with different type of products, with different fuels, with gas, with mineral coal, with heavy oil, but always very successful. Also, BERALMAR has a considerable experience with firing with mineral coal. Firing with solid fuels, mineral coal, pet coke, or biomass, we have supplied equipment to more than 250 tunnel kilns in several countries. These are just a few examples with mineral coal. This is one plant in Poland using mineral coal. And another remarkable example in Colombia, 6 kilns running on natural gas that they're heating and mineral coal for most of the firing zone. One example of this installation is no longer in use in South Africa. The plant doesn't exist anymore, but this was installed 100% mineral coal firing with site injection, with coal with a very high ash content, as you can see. Another example in Chile, with 2 kilns, with drying and grinding of coal, loading on silos, and then a closed pneumatic firing system. This is one of the latest examples with this plant in Siberia, also firing with 100% with mineral coal on a direct setting plant. And I will show you a video of this plant because I would like to draw your attention to it. This plant it is extruding with a semi-stiff extrusion. The product is a Russian solid brick, which they use for every use, for structural building, for paving, for space. It's the standard Russian solid brick. The plant is fully automatized, and it was set up to produce 250 tons of 3 kilo bricks per day, and it's producing nowadays 300 tons. It was commissioned half a year ago, in October 2015. And one characteristic, this is the entrance of the dryer, the exit of the dryer, and the product takes less than a minute between exiting the dryer and entering the kiln, so there's no time for reabsorption of moisture. One characteristic of this plant is that it gets frozen coal, because the coal in Siberia is mined frozen, so there's a heated storage room to defreeze the coal, and then there is this trommel to dry it, because once it's defrozen, the coal has about 40% of moisture, so we need to put that down to 10%. Then the coal is taken to the kiln's firing system, where we finish to dry it, and we grind it, and we transport it pneumatically to the firing zone. And the dryer works 100% exclusively with heat recovered from the kiln. So the whole plant runs 100% on frozen mineral coal. That's how the product looks like. It's because of the type of clay, the final product is quite yellowish. Alright, so the characteristics of this plant, like I said, is production 300 tons a day, manpower in total 24 people. The combined thermal consumption between drying and firing is 330 kilocalories per kilo, and this is double checked with the actual coal consumption of the plant. And like I said, it's running on 100% on mineral coal. So how much would such a plant cost in South Africa? With the help of our agent Hans-Peter von Ehrenberg, we calculated all the costs, not only what would be our supply, but also all the exclusions, the local costs of the building, the civil works, everything, just to come up with as a reference what would a plant producing 250, 300 tons a day cost in South Africa. So this is one plant producing 30 million bricks per year with a manual setting, so it's a semi-automatic plant, 100% coal run with 60 production employees. A greenfield investment, except for the cost of land and the cost of the clay preparation and shaping line, which we assume is there, would be a total investment of 90 million rand. But the same plant with automatic setting and automatic dehacking and palletizing line, which would then employ about 40 people in production, would represent an investment of roughly 110 million rand. And the same plant with twice the production, with 60 million bricks per year, would be an investment of roughly 140 million rand. So these figures are very conservative because we haven't been shopping around. We just got quotes and just to have a reference of what would be the final investment here in South Africa. But is such an investment profitable? Let's take, for instance, the case of the 30 million bricks per year fully automatic plant, investment of 110 million rand. With the help of some of you, I built up this, I double-checked with some of you these prices in South Africa, the price of the FPS, the semi-facing brick, the cost of the price of coal, the cost of clay, the cost of water, the average cost of employee. I mean, these figures might change from case to case, but I double-checked, they're more or less correct. So for this production, working 100% on mineral coal, the conservative specific consumption of 400 kilocalories per kilo, working almost all year round, these would be the production costs and the operative costs of such a line. So the income statement of such a line would be of sales around 90 million rand, which is very close to the capital expense. With a 5 years depreciation, which is, in my opinion, very short, it's still very, very profitable. If we would take the next case, the case of a fully automatic plant with twice the production, 60 million bricks a year, the economics of the final income statement is even much better. So I'm not entering into financing costs, taxes, because that I'm not an expert in these numbers in South Africa, but the operative costs and the operative earnings are very, very high. I've been conservative on every parameter of these tables, because otherwise I think it's the best way to go. Thank you very much.